Evolution of a Day Trader, episode 34, some shit like that. Don't really pay attention to the numbers anymore. Focus on these numbers. So today, hopping back in my cash account, get jiggy with it. Did pretty well on REPH. With this one, it just was flowing, right with my strategies of shorting overextended and buying the oversolds. As you can see right there, boom, couple minutes in, saw that coming out, hopped in with my limit, and then shut it down with my limit right after that. Nice way to start off this phase, the new wave of really focusing in. And then here we had another version of that, just on the opposite side of that oversold. This one took a little bit longer. Kind of had me nervous too, I'm not going to lie. I hopped in at, 81? And just kind of bounced around. And I just had you can see my mouse just hovering over the cell, just ready to. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start doing. I watch I forget this, like, Afro Latino dude who's incredible education on his channel, and he kind of just sets his orders in at his targets before he goes or before it gets there, so that way you kind of take the thinking and the reacting out, and you are being proactive and set aside the ego. He obviously does it more in like a scaling situation, but I'm only trading 500 to 1,000 shares at a time, so it's like I don't really need to do that. And so yeah, that's what I had on this guy right here. And also, I just feel like it gets you, like, I don't know, it gets a little put you in the line, so you're not a half a second late and you miss that sale. You're already waiting for it to hit 95, and so as soon as it gets to 95, you're in. So I was up 120, and then the day kind of started turning for the worst. I should have just walked away with those two trades, but I decided maybe I could push it a little more. Yesterday had me feeling confident, and so I thought that I was going to capitalize on this oversold situation with TNPX, but I wasn't thinking at all. I thought it was going to bounce at that support right around like 283. As you see right before the market opened, there was that level of support. But it decided to jump down to fucking 70s and kind of fuck my whole plan up. And so I started getting a little shaky. Just wanted to get out as soon as I can. I had 700 shares in it too, so it was taking more of a loss than I wanted to. It was bouncing up to my entry level a couple times, and I'm like, shit, well, it's looking rather strong. Maybe I'll just, hop out. Or maybe I'll just hold on a little bit till it gets to the VWAP or something. But then it just started dipping down again. Oh, it looks like my entry was at 285, not 281. So yeah, I wasn't even getting to my. Okay, this is where I was thinking that it was getting up to 84, closing in on 85. So I thought that it was, gonna at least bounce up to like 88 or something. So I was holding on it right here rather than just hopping out really quick right when it touches my entry level for break even. And then it just started pooping down, and yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'm not trying to sit here and watch this thing go down to 65, which I end up doing later. And of course, you can see the cliche get out, and then it fucking jumps right back up right in this next moment. And so, yeah, I hopped in. This is that trade, that really quick trade that I was just referring to. I hopped in at... Oh, no, I lied. Not sure what that was. So now I'm down $74, and I'm like, God damn it. Okay, yeah. You can actually see the trade right there, what was happening. Looks like I did a little botch on the edit job, but essentially what happened was I thought it was going to break up again, so I hopped in at 285 again, and then it just fucking collapsed on me to 270 something. And so I just hopped out because I didn't know if it was going to drop another 10 cents or something. Killed me on that one. This is I just thought it was oversold, and I thought it was going to keep going. So I hopped in on that one, and it just wasn't working out. Down $80, $70 at that point. This guy right here went back to REPH just because I was familiar and comfortable with the movement of that price action. And I saw this guy, I just thought this one was a little oversold today, and it was going to see it drop back down to like the sixes or something. So I hopped in on what looked to me like a... what do you call it, fade off, where it starts washing down. And it did a little bit, start washing down just a little bit. But unbeknownst to me, all the shorts wanted to sell all at one point pretty soon here, and just took me out like $100-something, fucked me up. I held on to it just for a little bit longer, even after, when I was under $100 loss. I held on to it just a little bit around the VWAP area because I thought, maybe it'll shoot down a little bit. But that was not the case for this situation. Fortunately, it did dip down just a little bit, so I was able to get out with like $100-something loss versus shit $200 or whatever it ended up being. And then, of course, as you see, poops down eventually. So this was another one of those. This is just my game plan, man, and I'm trying to stick to this. That was dip buys, sold off 20 cents down to the VWAP, so I got in right at the VWAP, and at this point I was just really focusing on keeping my composure and all this shit and not getting caught up in my emotions of trying to win my money back. I was just trying to focus on, obviously I wanted to win my money back, but I was like, the only way I'm gonna do it is if I stick to my trades and execute the correct trades. And that's how I was looking at it. So I caught that dip buy, sold it a little bit too early, obviously. But rather than wishing I did this or that, I just hopped in for the short at that peak, just because if you look at all the other candles about that size, they were all more in the doji realm with a long top end candle, top end wick. I don't know the terms. I just know, I'm not really too strung out on the terms, more so than I am the patterns and what they're looking like, and the level 2 and the movement, and just all the stuff that matters, in my opinion. On this guy right here, I was trying to grab a short at what was that, 850. I really wanted to get that short. Originally, I was trying to grab it at 855. It didn't work, so I just came in at 850 right here. And, just my favorite stocks to trade are the stocks that rev up, sell off, because you can just catch that wave. You can find, and if you find their rhythm on that stock, you can really make some money from my experience. And so, I was able to do that on this one as well as the previous trade, the previous 2 trades, and this being the third, and slowly get my way back in. And again, I'm using those predetermined covers. Well, on this one, it'd be the cover. I'm using that predetermined limit cover just to be ahead of the curve and get my money, because if it drops down and if it drops down too fast, like a crazy wick drops down to 8, and then I go to try and hit sell, but it shoots right back up to my break even, then I'm like, fuck, I just wasted that trade. But when I got the limit in, then that movement doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, because I'll be at that limit, and as soon as it touches that number, I'm out. It takes me out, and I don't have to worry about reacting or anything, like I said before. And so this was the last trade that I got in, REPH. Last time when I had that short squeeze against me, and so this time I just took the opposite side of it. And rather than, somebody was telling me the other day, focusing on your trading plan, because it doesn't really look like you have a strategy. So I didn't write, you're not seeing any support and resistance lines or anything on here, but today I was just really focusing in, and this is another reason why it's one of my favorite stocks or one of my favorite types of price actions to trade, is because you didn't really need them. You could just read off the level 2 and the candles and see what's happening, and be able to set your targets based off that. And so I pretty soon here, I think it's right at the end of this video, I just set my limit in, boom, got out, and then that was that, and made my money back, and then was just up $80 for the day or something, and still got the stuff open just in case, but calling it for the day.